movie lovers, Iris is here. Welcome back to my channel. I know it has been such a long time, but today I would like to talk about one topic which I have found extremely interesting. You know, I'm a very nostalgic person, and for that reason I watch a lot of old movies. And there is a certain magic about them. The scenes, they feel glamorous and elegant, and they make me feel very nostalgic about the time that we even never lived in. So I have been wondering, why do old movies hit a part of our hearts that modern movies rarely do? So before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new here, so you never miss a new video. And now let's start, shall we? So what is the magic of retro cinema? You know, as someone who has been studying filmmaking professionally for the last 4 months or so, I have realized just how much I love old movies, because they feel like poetry. Nowadays, we all rush, and movies rush too. Everything moves too quickly, cuts too quickly, and I don't actually like it. And classics? They just make you breathe inside every scene. I do strongly believe when everything is said and done, we go back to the classics. And back in the day, directors, they embraced silence, and actors, they held eye contact longer. And for instance, you can pause any scene in Roman holiday and it will look like a work of art, ready to be hung on the wall somewhere in the museum. That's, I think, what is real magic of retro movies. I know that some people might say that they feel and look a little bit theatrical, but that's exactly why I love them. I love movies because they have this power of basically transporting you into a whole new world. They are able to create new worlds that we have never seen before. And yes, they do make me feel nostalgic about the times that I never lived in. And that's why I think that this is the power of old movies. They remind us of what life was like and what life actually can be like if we will stop and pause for a minute and just embrace it. One of the strongest reasons we feel drawn to retro movies is the way women were presented on screen. Not as perfect, but as composed, iconic, and very charismatic. Their elegance wasn't accidental, it was crafted. Studios trained stars like dancers. Posture, diction, gesture, even how they lit a cigarette, it was all deliberate. This doesn't mean that women were better than. It simply means that classic cinema presented women like a performance art. It is also very important to talk about the lost art of glamour, because when you are watching old movies, you can see in the credits that many famous fashion designers worked on those films, because costume wasn't just an outfit, something that character wore. It was like a separate entity, and they all definitely were works of art. I mean, when I'm watching these movies, like, I can't even express just how much I want to have something like that in my wardrobe. I wish we had, you know, like events or places we can go to and wear something like that, because those actors and actresses, their characters, they looked absolutely phenomenal. Like, every detail was absolutely superb, and that's why I love watching those old movies, because they basically tell us also about the fashion of that time. And I think that we all know that fashion, like, it's a cycle, and we always go back to like the basics. For example, 70s can be in the trends, or like 80s, and we wear something like that. But I really wish that we could wear something like all those amazing characters were in those old movies. So why do modern films feel different? I think that modern cinema didn't lose magic, but its priorities simply changed. We value vulnerability and rawness, and characters talk the way we do, the camera moves with them, not around them. But in classic Hollywood, actors were kind of like a myth. Stars were distant and mysterious, and today social media lets us know everything about actors behind the scenes. In the 50s and 60s, well, it wasn't an option, and a star was more an idea than a person. And maybe just little part of us misses this idea. So why do old movies make us feel nostalgia for the time that we actually never experienced? This is my favorite question, and I have been thinking a lot about it. I think that the first reason is that those old movies, they created this clean, idealized universe where there are no smartphones, no noise, and everything has the purpose. And I think that very often nowadays we want to run away into a place like that. The second reason, I think, is that those movies, they were escapism through beauty. I have been talking about fashion and interiors and music, and it all felt like a work of art. It feels like that when you're watching those movies, and I think that we all want a little bit of art in our lives. And also I think that the third reason is that everything felt like there is a certain clarity to them, because romance were grand, and like friendships were strong, and even like enemies, and like revenge and stuff, it was like very dramatic. And I think that nowadays we just live in the blur, and there are tons of shades of gray. There is like everything is like a whole big gray area, and you don't know actually what is wrong or what is right. And I think that we do want this clarity, and we miss this clarity. We miss this feeling when we knew exactly what to do, how to act, and how to communicate with one another. So I think that this is the strongest reason why those movies, they make us feel nostalgic, although we never experienced that time. And also I think that there is like a cultural context, because even though we didn't like live in that time, but I think that we still are drawn to, learning about like the past of maybe our relatives and, people who lived before us. I don't think that we long for the past itself. I think that we long for the feeling that life could be beautiful, stylish, and very cinematic. Because retro movies remind us that cinema used to be a fantasy, something bigger, brighter, and more glamorous than our reality. Maybe we don't miss the 50s or 60s. Maybe we just miss the way movies once made us feel. Like anything was possible, and that the beauty could be found anywhere. Maybe we don't miss the past. Maybe we just miss the magic. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have enjoyed this format, because I kind of have, and I would like to create more videos like that in the future. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you again very, very soon.